So I had a comment on my channel, and he recommended me to take a look at the Moon Knight series from Marvel, and it's unbelievable how the puzzle pieces once again fit perfectly. And this whole series is about what my channel is about. It's about the coming mark of the beast and the judgment and the end of the ages, so to speak, the Great Reset, which began, in my opinion, in 2020, or like the hot phase. So let's get into it. It's the series. I give you a short summary. It's about the series is about Stephen Grant, and that's a clue in itself. A museum employee who suffers from dissociative identity disorder. He shares his body with the mercenary Mark Spector, who is an avatar of the Egyptian god Khonshu. The series shows how Stephen and Mark must deal with their complex identities and the mysterious powers of Khonshu while coming into conflict with Arthur Harrow and the Egyptian goddess Ammit. So it's really complex, the movie, but the clues are in plain sight once again. And let's get over it. Um, yeah, we see on the movie cover we see the pyramids of Gizeh, and we see that it has something to do with the moon, and it has something to do with some ancient Egypt entities, and it's all like a metaphor for the AI in the mind, which we have to overcome. So yeah, right in the outro of the series, we see the first clue. We see the Gizeh pyramid with some kind of overlay, like a light, because this symbolizes the eye, which is the god of this shithole projection of the shadow and of the light, of the duality, of the nightmare projection. And we see that the eye on top is like the projecting point, the point of where this projection is emitted from, is projected from. And this we also see in the series. There's so many things, I can't go over all of them, but yeah, we have the first clue. It's like the one eye on top of the pyramid, which has many names, the all-seeing eye, and most commonly in our language it's always referred to as L. And that's why all the words where an L, EL, or just an L is in it, the L is always the same. And if we turn the L around, we got the number 7. And this has something to do that everything is separated and divided into 7, or first, more and foremost, into duality. But at the second layer, it's like divided into 7, like the 7 colors of the rainbow, the light spectrum. And 7 days a week, the 7 seas, the 7 continents, the 7 arms of the menorah, the Snow White and the 7 dwarfs, the 7 sins, the 7 chakras, and the 7 seals. We can go on and on and on and on. There are so many examples, but I think I will make a separate video about this. And we also know that the eye has something to do with the moon, like I showed in my Truman video. And here we go. This light or this thing fades into the moon. Like the moon has something to do with this shithole projection. Like Christoph is sitting in the moon in the Truman Show. This I showed in another video. So it's like the moon eye, or the moon eye, or the money, the one eye, because mon comes from mono, the mon eye or the moon eye, or the moon key, because this is what this Christ monogram, the Shiro monogram, refers to the mon key, to the one key, and the monkey pox. And it's all connected and related to the mark of the beast. And this is what this whole series is about. And I will show you that in detail. It's about overcoming the 7 sins, the 7 chakras, the 7 bridges, and the last would be the mark of the beast. And yeah, the monkeypox is currently declared as an emergency, like a global health emergency. And it's like just the other day the WHO extended the global health emergency about mpox, and they are also about into some clinical trials of vaccines. This is from today, and this is from 5 days ago, or 6 days ago. So yeah, and why? How can I bring this Christ monogram into play, and how does it relate to the monkeypox or the one eye, the moon eye, the money, or the monkey? And it's pretty simple. It's like we see it in plain sight. This is like the P, the O, and the X, and it has something to do with the beginning and the end, the closing of the cycle, the psycho. We are in this loop, in this matrix projection nightmare loop. The beginning and end has something to do with the pox, and as I showed many of times, this looks like a key. And in the movie Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, and the Final Reckoning, and also in the movie which I already showed, the Uncharted movie, there are also shown 2 keys which have to be combined to unlock the heart, to unlock this cycle, to get the fuck out of this nightmare projection. And that's why the one key, this looks exactly like a key. And this is like bridging the duality of the mind. And therefore we have 2 keys which have to be combined, like in the game poster I showed, the 2 keys which which have to be combined to 1 key to unlock the labyrinth of the mind, with the pineal gland, with the eye, the projecting eye in the middle. So we have to short circuit the AI, or bridge the AI, and this is what this is all about. And to do that, we have to overcome the last chapter, which would be the mark of the beast, and this has once again to do with money, and also I think with the monkeypox, because this will be like the Trojan horse to set up this scenario like we had in 2020, but just on another level, because without an merging with the AI, you won't be able to buy or sell, as it seems. So yeah, we have StEVEN and Mark. These are the two. This is just one character, but he's like separated into 2, because there's like a personality disorder. He has a split personality because of trauma. This is what's going on, and it's about healing this trauma, this duality, the fall into the brain, into the nightmare, into the shithole, into the labyrinth. And the brain is like operating on electricity, and it's like either 1 or 0. It's like the trauma, it's like the duality, and this is emphasized through the black and the white clothing. And they have to heal, and they go back into his childhood. So we have StEVEN is like, if we take away the T, we have 7, like the 7 seals, the 7 sins, the separation into 7. We even have severance, which means separation, or like division, severance, like the series. And we have Mark. This is Mark. And Mark created as a later turns out StEVEN or StEVEN, and there we also have the Eve in the name. He created his shadow, because he couldn't stand the trauma he endured in his childhood. So this whole series is about overcoming the duality, the split personality, the trauma in which we are in. So yeah, we see towards the end of the episode the merging of these two, because I can go into any detail, but yeah, it's about overcoming this trauma, and it's about the waiting of the souls, and toward the ends they merge, so to speak, StEVEN and Mark, and there we have the mark of the beast, and StEVEN for the seven seals, the seven sins, the seven chakras. And yeah, we see the AI short circuit happening, because they have to overcome their trauma. And we see in his childhood even, we see a clue to the scales of justice, because this was in his childhood room, in his room where he grew up, and this will be emphasized furthermore. We will come to that. And the scales of justice, as I showed, is tied to the T-Mobile logo, which is the scales of justice. It's the weighting of the hearts. And yeah, to pass this weighting of the heart, to leave this shithole projection, the heart has to be light like a feather. And as I showed in one of my first videos, like the T-Mobile, which has teamed up with Starlink, they will set up the AIB system, and this will be the test which we have to go through, like the seven sins, the seven seals. It is what it is. I didn't choose that, but it is what it is. So I'm showing you how this is all decoded and shown to us, what this is all about. So yeah, this is an anagram of MOTB, which stands for Mark of the Beast, and this is also an anagram for tomb, T-O-M-B, and for the lie, because we have to overcome the lie. We have to stand for the truth. And there's the main clue. How did he come to his name, StEVEN? He is called Stephen Grant in this series, and Stephen Grant is like, we have here, he had a Tomb Buster poster in his childhood room where he grew up, and this character is called Stephen Grant. And there we have it again, the mark of the beast, the tomb, mark of the beast, the anagram, Buster, because the mark of the beast, which is the tomb, has to be busted. It has to be overcome, it has to be mastered, and this is tied to money. And Stephen Grant is like a clue. When danger is near, Stephen Grant has no fear, because fear is the pattern, remember. We have to overcome the fear. And Stephen Grant is like the seven grand, the seven big ones, the seven bridges, the seven sins. We just have to take out the T, then we have seven grand, like the seven big ones, the seven seals, the seven deadly sins. And the tomb buster would be the mark of the beast buster, which means to master, or to bust the mark of the beast. And this is what this series is really about, and that's why these two characters are called Mark and StEVEN. And this is why we have the sanity machine, who is called StEVEN. It's like a shadow projection, which is showing us the way, it's showing us the trauma, and even the StEVEN character we all are familiar with in the YouTube community. He even shows this, this symbology. It's like an AI shadow projection of the truthers. which in the end has to be healed because yeah, he's like he's like a shadow projection. And yeah, on this middle path we are walking then, if we short circuit the AI, if we merge the duality together, we go the meet L path. It's another tell, another clue in plain sight. And this is what's also shown in the series. Let me get this in focus. It's a little bit rough. Okay. And they are going into the heart of the mind, so to speak, and they are confronted with the I. And let me see if I can get this in focus. So right here we have it. And he even says something to this, the Eye of Horus, because the whole complex is like formed like the Eye of Horus, and he explains that this Eye of Horus is like the eye of the mind, and with its six senses. So to find what they are looking for in the labyrinth of the mind, the eye of the mind, the six senses, like thinking, the sense of sight, the sense of sight, of hear, of smell, of touch and taste. He even says this, and this is a key. This is a key scene in the series. I can't explain everything; it would be too much for this video. But yeah, we see that they have to meet the eye on their middle path, on their path towards freedom, towards truth, towards healing. They have to meet the I, and they have to meet L, their biggest fear, the projector of this all. And yeah, we even see it here on the wall, and this is like the complex where they are in. It's like a outward, external representation of the mind. And in this complex where they are in, Mark or StEVEN they are confronted with the dead I, because this is like the imposter god, the dead body of the mummy of the imposter god, who controls Mark, because Mark is used as a avatar for this imposter god, like an old Egypt god, and he is confronted with him in this labyrinth. And the dead eye would be like the source of all this trauma. And yeah, it's also because Mark is dying at the moment, at one point in this series, and StEVEN of course too. They both are dying because they are one and the same, and their heart have to be weighted because against the feather, because they are crossing some kind of desert, and on the other end there would be the paradise, not the because yeah, they are transitioning over, and they have and on this way their hearts are weighted by this entity. And there we have it again. To weight is like 28, it's an anagram, and 28 would be the year 2028. And this would be like the scales of justice, like the T of the T-Mobile logo. And yeah, because the scale is not in balance, they have to merge. They have to clear their childhood trauma and have to merge to become one. And in the end, this is happening. Here we see it again, the weighting of the both of the hearts and against the feather. And yeah, they have to overcome the trauma, and which in our case would be overcoming the money, the mon eye, the moon eye, or the moon key, the monkey, the monkeypox. Do you see how it is all tied together, and it's shown in plain sight in this series? Yeah, that's it. And yeah, these are the key the key scenes in this series. You have to watch it for yourself. They meet the eye. They are transitioning over, and their heart is weighted against a feather. This ties um, into the mark of the beast, into the Tomb Buster, or the MOTB, mark of the Beast Buster. This ties to the name Seven Grand, the seven great seals with a mark of the beast, the money, as the great seal, the Mon Eye, the one eye, which they meet there. And of course, this ties into our actual situation with the Starlink, T-Mobile teaming up, creating this beast system with worldwide coverage of 5G and 6G, with all the Internet of bio nano things, because the merging of the machines with the body, with the whole beast system without any escape, so to speak. The only escape would be to overcome, to short circuit the AI, and to go all in for the truth, for the heart, for freedom, and to let go of everything that binds us in this construct of trauma, of nightmare, of lies, of bullshit. And this would be the chance to let go of money, of the one eye, which binds us here and uses us, and it's just sadistic. It's just an absolute nightmare. Yeah, StEVEN, the Seven, and Mark, the mark of the beast, as I showed in all of my videos. It's how is this possible that this reflects back in every movie, in every series, um, in every little detail that we see. It must be a puzzle piece that is valid, that in my view, that is like a key which unlocks these stories, what they really mean. So yeah, the monkeypox ongoing, mpox emergency confirmed, and we also have the pandemic treaty. It was the other day that the pandemic treaty is confirmed. We have it again, the key and the monkeypox, the alpha and the omega. And yeah, I hope this makes sense. Someone of you can um, yeah, has some use of it, what I do here. And yeah, I just want to point out that we are getting closer and closer and closer, and even these series, the antagonist, which is played by Ethan, I don't know his last name, Ethan Hawke, or something like that. He says that the justice will come, and millions of people very soon will be confronted with it. And you have to watch the series, and then you know what I mean. It's like they are pointing this out to us, that this thing is coming and it's very close. Okay, that's it for today. I hope, this helps, or you can make use of it. And I think I'm out.